Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Marky Worthington Comedy Podcast. This is episode 19 and Isolation episode 5. I recorded this episode with local Canberra comedian Blackjack. Good to have him on the show, talking about the Canberra scene just starting up and also some of the isolation stuff that's going on at the moment and how that's changed comedy and what sort of things that we can do in the meantime. Also, some just good general conversation, sports, movies, games, that sort of stuff. I'm going to be starting up a couple new segments on the show. So obviously, keep sending through any of the reviews, the online review sections, for us to read on the show. Some funny reviews that you find online, send those through, and also send through what would you rather scenarios and questions for us to go through on the show. But also the new segment that I'm going to be adding is the advice section. Once I get enough, I'm going to devote a section on the show to it. I think that'd be a fun section to do for the show. So for all of those things, send through your emails to markyworthingtoncomedy@gmail.com. And then I'll be able to sort them out and put them on the show. Like, subscribe, and share this episode. Helps get the word out. And thanks for listening. I got a special comedy guest here today with Blackjack. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. How you going?
Yeah, good. Good to have you on the show.
Oh, well, it's great to be here, bro. Can't wait.
Yeah, dude. Well, you're fairly new to the Canberra comedy scene, man. I've had you on the stage at the basement a few times already. Tell us about what got you into comedy and how long you've been doing it for and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah. So I've actually only probably been doing this for the past 3-4 months, and the thing that started me off with it was I'm adopted and I'm from America originally, and that whole thing alone, having white parents, and trying to tell people that I'm adopted is just it's a crazy kind of thing. They always go whoa, I'm so sorry, and you always just kind of go kids like me that get adopted, they're well off. You should not be apologizing. We should be apologizing. I don't know, but being from the States as well, but being raised in Aussie, it's just such a unique vibe. Because there's things that I see my own country do, and I'm oh my god, that's my country. But there's nothing I can do. But it's it's just really cool, being able to kind of share my view, and then you can start a conversation. Really, that's why I started doing comedy, because you talk about really serious issues, but and people laugh and go, oh, that's interesting. But then they start to think when they go home, well, yeah, what's actually going on? Is this actually the real deal, or all that stuff? It's just great to start a conversation about it. Bullying, that's how you start a conversation about that. You make people laugh first before you go, all right, this is actually serious. No one really wants to really talk about a real serious topic unless, I don't know, there's a bit of an edge off it, and there's a bit of a free talking about it. And if you have a strong opinion on something, it's great to kind of push that bit, because always someone else will have something to say.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's one of those things where you just, to deal with certain things, I like to put them on stage. I talk about certain situations on stage where, if I wasn't doing comedy, I probably wouldn't be able to talk about them.
Yeah.
And that's why I like to go up and chat, like you're saying, dealing with things in life and just going up there and chatting to it.
Yeah.
Man, you mentioned you're adopted. Was that adopted here or back when you're in the States?
Back when I was in the States, because it was just over the States, it's a real quick process, because it's just way more quicker than Australia. Australia takes 2 years. Over in the States, it takes I don't know. Over in the States, probably half a month, and that's when you're in the stomach and all that. And,
yeah, right.
Nose, and it's just a real quick. I got adopted from birth, and it was such an easy process. And that's why when I go up on stage and I tell people I got white parents, and it's just I feel like a white kid in a black skin, it's crazy sometimes. I remember once, because I'm new to Canberra too in the scene, but I've been here for 5 years. The first time I got off a Canberra bus, I was getting off, and then just because I'm a cool kid, I'm at school, I'm sitting up the back.
Of course, dog. Yeah, that's where.
And I walked to the front tap my card off, and then as I'm like tapping my card off, I see an African guy just stand up, like a Sudanese African guy, like so black his name is purple, you know, like, it's crazy. And so like I'm there like, oh yeah, true, he's probably just going home. And then like he starts going the same way I'm going, and this is like 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, this guy's gonna kill me. This is it. This is it. I'm dead. Like he's gonna take me wherever I go. This nigga's trying something. And then and then he turned off to go down his street, and I was like, that's right, I'm black too. Holy shit. Like, freaking out just as much as I am. It's not probably worse.
Oh man, that's hilarious. So you sometimes like forget where you are, hey? Like
yeah, and not even that. Other times I'll be real racist, like think because I walk into a shop and then the guy's like, I don't know, they'll look at me weirdly and they'll just be like, oh, a customer, but to me it's like he's looking at me like this because I'm black, and he's just like he's probably thinking I want to steal something, and then I start getting conscious about myself in a shop, you know, and I'm like, and then the guy will be like, can I help you with something? I'm not stealing, I promise. It's like, oh.
You apologize for it, although like you didn't even do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no intention to do it. It's just like, yeah, what can you do? But yeah, like talking about that, kind of bringing that up, like yeah, like on stage, people get real triggered as well because I think we've lost the meaning of racism. Like if you describe someone by black, like by saying they're black, that's not racist, you know. Like it's like I'm not gonna be like, oh, like there was that guy with the nose piercing when the noticeable thing about him is that he's fat, you know. I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's like, you know, that's how I want to describe it. If he's the only fat guy there, but there's like 8 people with nose rings, you know, like you describe people the way you do. So like, I don't know, when someone's like, oh, blackjack, you know, and like isn't that racist? And it's like, no, like it's not racist just to be like, oh, like you're black. It's racist to go, I hate you because you're black. Yeah. That's like the thing.
Yeah, well, it's like me, man. Like people always describe me as the dude with the beard. Well, that's just because that's the obvious feature, right? I mean, I'm also fat and have a nose piercing, but I'm the fucking, you know, I'm the dude with the beard. You don't need too many descriptive words. You don't say like, oh yeah, like you can't tiptoe around it. They just say, oh, you know, he's husky, he's got like a nose piercing, he wears glasses. But if you just say like, nah, man, it's that guy with a fucking gnarly beard, they're just like, oh yeah, I know that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's good, eh? Like I don't know.
Look, it reminds me when I first brought you on stage, man. Like, I think I got a video of it somewhere. I'm like, oh man, I don't know if it's like Jack Black or Black Jack. So like, so it's just like, man.
That's another thing. I hate the whole like, well, like it's weird when people call me Jack Black. Yeah. It's like, whoa, like that's a proper what, like that's identity is taken, but like this one this is my identity.
Yeah, dude, the funniest thing about that name is you guys, like Jack Black and you are like pretty much opposites anyway, dude. So you're like the reverse version, dude.
It's legit though. Like I don't know, it's just crazy. You know, like, I love the whole vibe about it, and like when I was just little, the whole story around Black Jack was like this. It's like little like kid with freckles just came up to me and he was like, hi, like I know it's like real racist, but like can I call you Black Jack? Because like your name's Jack and you're black. And like I will never forget that because he was so like nice and comfortable about it, but it's like he was harmless, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you shouldn't be sorry to trying to tiptoe like giving me an awesome name like that. Like that has shaped my whole life. If I had a chance now, tell that kid, like, you tell every black kid you see, you give him a nickname, bro, because we love that. We love that. Hand it out, bro.
He did have freckles, man. Like, he was a little bit darker skinned. Like if you get enough freckles, man, it is kind of like if it's more than 50%, you know.
Oh, if it's more than 50%, you just automatically have the N-word pass. We can't fight that.
Oh, the hood pass, man. That's the thing. Like, I listen to a few podcasts. I listen to a couple, and they're like talking about the hood pass and like how you have to be a certain level of cool guy to get one.
Oh, trust me, I haven't even got that yet. So like, help me out.
as you run, like if you run home from the bus, you don't get a hood pass because like you need to be more gangster.
Yeah, well, like See, if you walk too slow through a neighborhood, they're like, "Oh, you must really like it here. You wanna come hang out here?" It's like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm trying to tell you my pimp limp, so you just let me walk home.
Well, that's the thing, dude. Like, I got a pimp limp because I broke my ankle playing ice hockey a few years ago.
If you go to America, you'll be perfect.
Dude, that's the thing, man. Like, I'm way too white to have a pimp limp, but I like actually legitimately have one. Like, I wish that I didn't, but I'm not putting it on. It's like legit something I can't help.
Yeah.
I'm too white to have a pimp limp, and I can't help it. I have to go to rehab and try and get rid of my fucking pimp limp.
Before some black guys go, "Whoa, what are you doing there, bro?"
Yeah, exactly, man. It's a lot harder to take a limp instead of a hood pass, man.
Well, like that's the beautiful thing about Australia, but like Australia is that like I try to pull that like because to like joking about your color over there is like the equivalent of like joking about like invading Australia on that day and like I don't know, like that whole sense of like it's real sensitive unless you're the person that was like the Aboriginals can joke about that all the time because like that happened to them, but like when I try to joke about like I don't know, like that black culture over here, everyone just looks at me like it doesn't matter what color you are, which is just like I'm not even mad at that. I just love the fact that like I have to be make more intelligent like harder jokes, and that's what I've been learning over the first 3 months is like you can't just say, "Ah, I'm black," and everyone goes, "Haha!" Like they're just like, "Yeah, we know."
Yeah, exactly. It's a different sort of vibe. Hey, like especially I know a few of the nights that I've like put you up. You'll be the only one that sort of addresses race on stage. Like some people, I know there's a few comedians that have some jokes in like that same realm, but like if you hit a certain night, man, you might be the only one that'll have material with that kind of surrounding.
Yeah, and I love that sort of thing because it's like, of course, like color isn't everything, but it's like at least half of it. It's like relationships, you know, like. Sex isn't everything in a relationship, but if sex isn't good, like you're either gonna stick around for a personality and like how well it can get. Like no, like you want one or the other first.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's like with me, like talking about my beard and stuff on stage. Like I wouldn't just go up there and not address the fact that like I'm always going to have jokes about me having a beard or me being like overweight or me like, you know, like whatever's going on in my life is what I talk about. And if that happens to be something that, you know, physical, then I'm going to bring it up.
Yeah, and like the good thing about that is like when I was trying to figure out, how do you bring up to something about like your color? You don't bring it up, you just say it. Like when you go talk to someone like just one-on-one, you're not gonna be there like trying to get them to guess what you're like upset or like what you want to talk about. You're just like, I want to talk about my feet, bro. Like my feet is wicked whack, bro. Like, dead skin on the bottom of it. There's this weird mole in the back. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's just that vibe where you're like, I don't know, like tell me, and then we can talk about it. In comedy, you have to really read that off people's faces, and like there's sometimes where I'll address the black and I'll address because there's like sometimes I'll see like there's just no black people in the crowd, and I just love to it. I love that because I just go, oh yeah, it's Snow White, hey, there's fucking snowing in here, and everyone just like nervously laughs, and it's like I should be the one nervously laughing, like this is it's bad for me, like, but it's just it's a good vibe because when you do have another black guy in there, you just point him out, and that crowd work, I love that. Off the top of your dome and your strokes, that is like the stuff that I want to kind of get to, you know, because
it's good, man. It's an art form, like getting that crowd work down pat. That like makes for a better show if you can interact with the crowd better.
Exactly.
It also, you know, helps break it up a little bit, especially if you're at an open mic and everyone's just going up and not doing crowd work. Eventually, the people kind of get disengaged a little bit. I've found that out from like emceeing and stuff. Sometimes you got to do a little bit of like callbacks and crowd work and stuff.
Yeah, and you got to let me do some MC too. Like I feel like that would be some fun stuff. But like my first time doing any sort of comedy was at the basement. That's why I want to make like the basement the first time I do any sort of like new
stuff. Yeah.
And like it was kind of like you that like kind of was like like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, just jump on up. This will be you. And then you kind of like gave a little edge to the, like, well, gave me a bit of an edge with the comedies, being like, yo, like, this is his first time. And it was that thing of, at first I thought everyone was just laughing because, it's my first time, but then it's just that thing of like,
I'm pretty sure Kai MC'd when you were up. Kai Fay, he MC'd one time
no,
when
yeah,
you went up.
definitely,
Yeah, that could have been the first time.
You're no, it was like you telling me, oh yeah, Jack, like you'll be up here, but not making it as like this is like a baby step thing. You just treated me as like, I've been here for 8 months. You didn't let me step me through it, but it was like, this is what's going on. And then that was Kai, was it?
Yeah, Kai got you up there.
And isn't Kai Aboriginal too?
Yeah, so Kai MC'd that night, I think, and yeah, he is. He's Aboriginal. He's in the Deadly Funny stuff.
Yeah, that's right. I love that stuff, but sometimes I get like mistaked for being like Aboriginal, and like if there's any Aboriginal listeners like listening, I just want to let you guys know that I'm fighting for you too. Like every time I'll pretend to be Aboriginal every now and again just to put people in check, because people forget. They'll just think you're more African than anything else. So they'll be like,
yeah. You just like if they assume, then you just let them keep going. Just so that you can stand up. I like the way that we run the open mics in town. Just being able to front up. A lot of people have to message ahead of time, but I do keep a few. That's why I keep a few spots open for the night, because I want people that have never done it before, that don't know who to email or whatever, just to rock up. And that's why I still do old school posters, man. Like I put up posters and stuff because I want people that are just cruising just to see it and come back.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best thing, because it's like, not everyone's gonna be like around. And if like the first time I was trying to get into comedy, like it was legit just drinking at the basement, and then someone was like, "Oh, we do open mics down here," and I was like, "Wait, what? Like, no way!" And then they're like, "Yeah," and like pointed it out, and like, "No way! Like that's cool." And then it was just like, "You should come down."
Dude, yeah. I miss it big time, dude. Like, how are you dealing with not being able to go out and about doing stuff?
This is a bit a bit worrying, because like when it first started, the whole not going out and about, I was like, yeah, okay, like I'm gonna take this on. But then like after 2 weeks, I was like, I just started like going back to my just straight up routine, and it wasn't like I still would wear a mask and be a bit safe about it. But then it's like the best thing is Australia is not as bad. Like I saw America and how well we went with the pandemic. And we're reopening stuff now. Like even though our shit is still fucked, and it's just like, what the fuck? Australia's like good kid in like detention that the good kid in class that doesn't get detention. They gets to leave early. He gets to deal with that stuff. I knew that people were being safe about it, and it's like if you're not sick, then like be outside, because it's just a bit more. Like I hate knocking America like this, but it's like, have a bit more common fucking sense, like holy shit.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
One state over in America has like more cases, more deaths and cases than like all of Australia does. Like it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, dude. Like what part of the States are you from?
I'm from the dirty South, ATL baby.
One of the podcasts I listen to, The Tasteless Gentleman, Dom from that is from Texas.
Oh God!
And it's real good, man. Anyone that hasn't listened to that podcast, man, I reckon should check it out. It's basically pretty much what we do here. It's just 4 dudes that hang out and have a chat about just random stuff. And I've been following them for a while. But yeah, that's legit, man. They're based in San Diego.
Oh, that's beautiful. See, that's the only little like thing I have is like Texas and like Dallas. That place is very it's still very like white orientated. Like black people can go through there, but you have to be someone to be like going through there. Like if you're Akon, you're fine. But if you're like trying to live in like Texas or chill in Texas, there's still chain gangs over there, and that's where they originate from. So it's like a black guy in a scary movie there, and you're not going to be the last one out. You're not going to break the odds. You're the first one to go.
Oh, man.
You're the warning.
Yeah, that's intense, man. Like, because I'm, like you're saying before about the differences between Australia and other countries, like, because I'm so accustomed to, like, how chilled we kind of have it here. I'm not fully, like, aware of what it's like overseas and, like different places to live.
And see, like that was the thing as well. Like I wasn't either until like I guess like I still consider myself today to be an Aussie just because I've lived here mostly.
Yeah.
You know, but like I don't know, going back to understand, I've been threatened to be shot like 4 or 5 times back over there because I'll be talking shit to strangers. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and you just forget that there's an imminent threat. You know, like there's like it's not knives, it's guns, and there's bare pepper spray that can get you from like 20 feet away. Like that's just who needs that? Like why?
Man, have you seen that gnarly video of the dude that pepper sprays the bear with that mace shit after it tries to attack him?
Oh, and then it stops. Like that stops the bear.
Yeah, no, that's full on, man. Like
Yeah.
he's fully just doing like filming it, man. He's just like all torn up. It's full on.
Like shit, and that's another thing. It's like the animals over there. Everything wants to kill you over there. Well, not everything, but and they say he wants to kill you, but it's like when Americans say that, I just think, well, our bears are koala bears, all right, like all belted black bears, all right, and they probably got guns too because they're black. That's just how it is, you know. Like, they're probably pushing on the side of the corner or the side of the cave. You don't want to stop them, all right? They got territory. They got people to feed.
I think that Australia does it good with like our deadly animals, but they're all like smaller things. Like they'll kill you with their venom, whereas it looks like in the States most shit will just fucking maul you up.
Yeah, like you can survive, but you don't want to.
Yeah, that's why you got to have that bear mace.
I see now. I see.
Now you seen that other video? I seen one of this chick. She's like trying to get this black bear away, and she's like, "Go away, bear!" And this thing's just like doesn't give a fuck, man. It's like fucking around. She's just telling it to go away, and it does not give any fucks, dude. It doesn't give a fucking. It doesn't give a Frenchman's fuck. And and this fucking bear's like turning her boat over and stuff. As if it's gonna be like, oh, okay, since you said go away, I'll just do that.
Yeah, like I never got that with anything, you know, like just with any other whole like get away. I'm armed. It's like, well, like anything in that movie, you know, like oh, I'm armed. It's like you shouldn't have said that. You should have been like I am unarmed. And when you just pulled out a gun, you should like hide your weapon. And you also shouldn't walk into the fucking house to begin with. You should just call for backup. I don't get it, but it's movie logics. That's what I'm just.
Yeah, for sure, man. Movie logic, that's the thing, man. And everyone just thinks it's like legit. It's like in movies, man, where you ever see like in movies where people like jump out of a fucking moving car.
Oh my god, yeah.
Dude, when I was younger, dude, I remember watching movies and I'm like, I can fucking do this. So one time when Dad was driving up the driveway, he's going like fucking so slow, man. And I was just like, I'm going to fucking movie roll out this shit. I fucking opened the door and I was like, fuck that, dude. I ain't jumping out. Like, just looking at the ground.
Yeah.
How you meant to do that when the car's fucking in full flight?
Well, I've always just watched movies and just like kind of going like, well, shit. Like, that's... Because, like, I love scary movies. I love them to death. But I've only seen one scary movie where a black guy makes it to near the end, and that was like... He was the second one to die. And, like, that will never be like...
Oh, that was Predator, wasn't it?
Yeah. How did you know? And, like, that alone was just like I thought, well, like, if I was in that situation, I would have done this, I would have done that. I went to Movie World in Brisbane, and they had Alien versus Predator versus you.
Yeah.
It's like two... I doubt they have it now, but they used to have it. It was, like, really cool, like a laser tag type thing.
Yeah.
And, like, I was running, and then there was clearly like a predator walking around like a guy, and then I saw his head like above like the thing because it would be like little walls, I guess, and you're running around like a little maze. And I was like, yeah, I can see that guy over there. I'm gonna head over there. And then like the alien doesn't have the thing on the top, so it's like creeping, like it's like almost just crawling around. It sees me. I turn around, run, forget the whole like logic, and I'm like, if I run into this predator, that predator will fight the alien and I can get away. And then it just turns out they both just came at me. I was like, whoa.
Oh, fucking.
And I got eliminated, but I was like, I should really start paying attention to these movies because it sounds like these movies are smarter than me. I just went straight to movie logic. I was like, I'll just run in the other direction, and there's a bad guy over there. I just saw him, and I'll just run his way. It's like, Jesus, man, like, look, think, shit.
It sounds like it was more so Predator and Alien versus you. Like, they
Yeah,
fucking gang
yeah.
up on you and shit.
Oh, I was hoping for the whole, like, I don't know, race war, you know, like, fuck you.
Just join one of them and then take out the other one. Then you only have to fight one at the end, yeah? Just like at the start of Dark Knight Rises, man. Just get all the dudes to fight each other and then walk away with the cash.
Oh, but like that's another thing. Like, so there's a lot of times in movies where I'll think, you know, if he didn't do that, this movie's over. You know, like I don't know if you've ever watched The Departed.
No, I don't think.
No,
Oh, maybe I have. Explain. A spoiler alert.
It's just like it's like two detectives. Well, one of them's a detective that's like dirty, and then a dirty cop that's living it up, like having the good life, and then another one that's like just an academy cop, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
That can't get in the academy because of his family's like past, but he can be an undercover cop. So it's basically like this whole thing of they're like chasing each other the whole movie, and then in the end he gets the guy, like he's about to just like turn him in, like everything's gonna go well. And then he gets shot in the fucking head. And, like, it's one of those endings that you just don't expect because you're like, oh, he's worked so hard for this. And he's going to get in the end. Bang! And you're like,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and that was just it. That was like, that movie alone will never be forgotten to me because it's like, yeah, it was a shit ending. But that's the only time I've seen an ending like that.
Yeah, but let's be honest, man. That movie came out long enough ago for me not to have to fucking say spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it already, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? What are you doing, like?
Oh, man.
Like, especially in isolation. Like, you know, I just found, like, I finally went through, like, Pink Floyd's whole thing, like, whole album, all the albums.
Oh, legit.
And then, and, like, at first I was just, because Pink Floyd was so, like, loved through everyone, but it was, like, loved through the white community, you know, like, I guess, you know, black people could listen to it too. There's no problem with that, but, like, it wasn't a vibe, like, around my mates, you know, like, we wouldn't be like, yeah, put on some Pink Floyd. We're like, yo, where's the Akon? Where's the, yeah, you know, like,
yeah.
that sort of
like,
stuff.
Like,
but,
you don't see someone, like, rolling with, like, Pink Floyd just blasting out the car.
Yeah. Just another brick in the wall. No,
I mean,
like,
I legit will do that, but you know, whatever.
Yeah. If you're in Canberra and you ever see like me driving around, just be careful because I will. If I'm in the song, I will get out the car and start just dancing around my car, knowing at the traffic lights I have like 20 seconds.
Do some mad ghost riding and shit.
Yeah. just for the hell of it, you know. But like, yeah, like if I bump into your car, don't freak out. All right, I'm ghost riding. It's going 5 kilometers an hour.
Does your insurance cover ghost riding and shit?
Oh, listen, like, we'll talk about the insurance later, all right?
Don't worry about it.
My insurance is a good pedal. You know, like, get the hell away from that. On your bike.
Fuck, man. I've got some... I got a couple new things for the show. This episode, I'm introducing a couple new What Would You Rather questions.
Oof. All right. I'm loving this. Let's do it.
Man. Right. We got a good flow going. I reckon it's time for some What Would You Rathers.
Ooh, all right, let's go.
All right, man. We'll start it off easy. I got one here that I've asked previously, but I'm gonna kick it into this one because I want to hear what you would rather do.
Okay.
Now this one here is: would you prefer to run at 100 k's an hour or fly at 10 k's an hour?
I prefer to run.
You definitely prefer to run. What would you do with that kind of superpower?
Look, like, this is a lot of illegal activities. But the legal activity I'll be doing, I'll be beating Usain Bolt, nigga. I'll be like, fuck you. Like, America's still on top. That's, like, straight up number one. And then, like, after I get all those, like, those little accolades and, like, the athlete thing, I'll just start robbing banks. And then they'll be like, we know it's him, but we just can't catch him.
They can't pin you with nothing. That, man, I feel like they'd probably get you eventually, maybe, but 100 k's.
But like, at 100 k's. But if you're like on a bike, it's gonna be like, we're gonna catch you, and the only way they're gonna stop me is suicide by cop. You know, like,
legit.
And then that's another story. That's a whole nother.
Hey, that kind of leads me to my next one, man. What would you prefer to be famous the whole time you're alive, or would you prefer to just live like a normal life, but leave like a mad legacy. So like when you die, everyone just still like talks about how cool you were, even if you didn't have much money or whatever.
I have a mad legacy because the thing with that is like the fame during like I've seen people who's famous, they love it for 2 years and then like they just hate it for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
And like the whole public like watching you to decide your every move, and then with the internet now as well, just people would just hammer you, and like not to say that you should listen to them all, but like
Yeah, well,
it would take its toll.
the second part of the like famous one is like after you die, no one knows you. So like, I definitely prefer to just like live like a good life, and then people still think you're a legend even after you died because you leave like a mad, you know, legacy.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know. Yeah, and can a legacy be anything?
Yeah, dude. Like if you like build a like if you're in charge of a company and the company does good things or whatever, that's kind of a good legacy, I guess.
Oh, bro, then you know I'm a Jack Daniels or Dan Murphy's type fella. You know?
Yeah, that's it.
My legacy. I'll be KFC actually. I just want to face. I'll be the Conan. I'll be the guy that made KFC.
Legit, man. Yeah, fucking live forever, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. I got this one's kind of like an awkward one. This is a new one. So anyone that's been following the show, this is a new one. Okay, so would you prefer every time you meet a new chick, like that things are going well with, before you guys can bang, you need to introduce her to like a room full of everyone you've banged, or she has to, before you guys can bang the first time, you need to meet everybody that she's ever been with?
Holy shit! What? I think I'd have to meet the people all that she's bagged, because if it's like I just want to know my competition, you know, like that would just be it. If I don't see any black guys, I'm cool. You know, if I see the black guys, and then it's like, you know, like, but like if like I also had some crazy exes in the past, and there's crazy people that bang that are like, yeah, that I just bet there's a lot of blokes out there that just like has that one or two that's like no one will know about this, like deal breakers. But like with women, it's like, oh, like I'm not gonna have sex with him, and I am, and then with blokes, it's like I'm not gonna tell the boys, or I'm gonna tell the boys. Like that's the deal breaker with guys and girls. That's it.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Yeah.
It's such a fucking hard question. I reckon that yeah, that's a new one. That's a new interesting one.
What would you do then?
Oh man, always I'm like you, dude. I need to know what I'm fighting against.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna go in there, have to just like do the size up.
Yeah, let's just assess the comp.
Yeah, that's it. But then again, it's gonna change with everybody. That's why I like that question, because everybody sort of changes their answer depending on, you know, what their situation is.
Yeah.
All right. I got this one here. I've had it for a little while, but I haven't had opportunity to ask it. So this is new for the show as well. Would you prefer to live low budget life with someone that you have like a really good emotional connection with, but you don't have much money or anything like that, or just like live rich but just be alone? Like you can't have people stay over or anything like that.
Oh, well, definitely the first option, only because I'm doing that right now. But like the second option is like, of course you can be sad and alone, and like, you know, a good bag of Coke will fix that up. But like only for hours, you know. But, like I don't know, those memories are way more valuable than money, and that's just what it is in the end. Like I don't know, it's really tough, but because it's no one coming over, yeah, like I'll go the other one. If people can come over, I just can't be with someone and like have kids and all that. Still a rough decision, but like, you know, like actually, you know what? Even with kids, I'm doing the first
Still
choice.
hard.
Yeah, I want a family drug business. You know, I want a family, and I'll be like, of course it comes from this guy, and I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting both like rich and family.
Yeah, but we're still poor, you know what I mean? Like, not all that money's ours. We work with it.
Man, actually, that's a good segue into the next question, man. Would you, I think I already know the answer based on your last one, but would you prefer, like, in your life you can only have up to 3 kids, or you can have 3 million right now? No kids.
Yeah, I would take the kids, only because, like, of course those kids will cost 3 million, but, like, if you train them right, oh, they'll make 8 million. You know what I
Man,
mean?
that's a legit answer. It's just like train the kids, make the money, fucking get both of them.
I honestly reckon that's what my parents were doing. No, like, listen, we could get like a average white baby, but like this black baby could go like far, like it could be an athlete. And so I'm just doing what my parents would have done.
Fuck yeah, man. That's mad. All right, for this next one, I need to know. I haven't even asked you this before, man. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 21. That's the best thing about blackjack. Like this is the year. It's like sick.
All right, so because that leads into the next bit, which is this is my final new question. So this is the closer, I guess. You know how like when you do stand up, you save your good joke for the end or whatever.
I mean, I know that now, so yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. There's that's what I do. I mean, it's totally up to you.
Yeah.
Quickly speaking of stand up, we were talking before about introducing girls and stuff like when you first want to bang or whatever.
Yeah.
You got a couple of really good bits about similar stuff like that are online. Do you care if I share that on the page or anything? Yeah, for sure, dude.
Course, please.
Yeah, so for anyone that wants to like check out some of Jack's stuff, man, just relation to that last one, man, check out my Facebook when this episode goes up. I'll put up a few videos and shit.
And I also have just like real quick, just have Blackjack Comedy on my Instagram. Like follow me on that as well. Just started that back up.
Oh, fuck yeah. We'll do some mad plugs at the end, man. I just wanted to get that call back in there while I thought about it.
Of course.
But yeah, are you ready for our fucking final question, man? So you're 21 right now. So the question relates to your age. So would you rather live for another 20 years? All right, so 41.
Yeah.
But you look 60 from today. Or live to be 100, but you look 100 now.
I'm gonna have to go with like live to 60 because like living to 100 for one. No. 2, I'm like Will Smith, so like I won't age that much. It's all good. Yeah.
So you just take the 20 years. You just take the 20 years. You look 60. Fucking just pound it out.
Yeah, well, like really, when I'm looking 60, I'm looking like 40. But yeah, like you seen Jordan? That nigga, he's aged like 5 years in the next 40. Like what is?
You seen that documentary, dude?
Yes, have I seen that documentary?
He's looking fucking fly.
He's got yellow eyes, though. Like, what is going on?
He's got like wino eyes, dude. You know that, like when you're on the fucking sauce and you just get like those fucking cloudy eyes.
Yeah, I just like love it because like the memes that come out are so accurate with it because he just took everything personal. Like that man was a betting man too.
Oh man. Yeah. Like I don't think about Jordan until I seen like when I picture Jordan, I still think of fucking Looney Tunes and shit. Like when I until I seen that fucking like the memes and stuff, I was just like, damn. Now it's like we're talking about questions before. If you live a quiet life or die a legend, man. Like. If I didn't see those memes and shit, I would just picture he still looked the same as fucking Looney Tunes, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's like some 90s Jordan,
Oh, dude, like, I don't know, man. Like that, hearing after, like everyone's heard that he's won like the 6 championships, and like, I don't know, watching it from like a different, because that man, Jordan has like surely like over like 100 just documentaries about him, and like just what he did, and like I just don't get how like someone. I guess it's just because of how great of a player he was that they just recreate such a great, like a documentary every time. And like when David Aldridge came on, I was like, bro, like this guy is the most hated on 2K. I love my 2K, and like that guy just gets skipped every time. So that's why I was like, well, listening to him for the first time, like finally, after my, like, I don't know if you've ever played 2K, but there's like my career. Every now and again, when David Aldridge talks about your guy, you'll stop to listen to what they have to say, but.
Yeah, dude, that's the fucking thing, man. I'm too white to even play 2K, dog. Like, I can't even, like, I'm a 5'7" white boy. Like, I can't do shit. But I do hear that you mentioned before that you play basketball as well, man.
Yeah, I know that. I am the biggest shit talker because Michael like has shown me so much, and even Draymond Green and like Magic Johnson has shown me like the mental game, and like you don't need like you could come in there if you have a good shit talking game. You don't even need to have skill. You could just be the guy that just like that just hypes up your team, and like I consider myself the king of the paint, you know.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Like
I
going
mean,
with the magic approach. Yeah, dude. There's like, I was like, I was watching West Coast Customs and they built a car for Shaquille O'Neal.
oh no
It
way,
was
real.
fucking insane, dude. So like they get like a Jeep, they took out like the front seats and put them in the back and then just made the doors bigger. So it was like a 4-door that they turned into a 2-door.
That does sound like something for Shaq though. Like, you seen the man like that guy? Like everyone's like, oh, he's a refrigerator. No, that nigga is like he's like a house. Like it's like a little big door that you just can't open. You know? Like, oh, shit.
It's like someone described Mike Tyson as a refrigerator that throws punches.
Holy shit!
He's calmed down now though. Like Tyson,
he's coming back.
He's fucking still gnarly though. He's still got it.
Yeah, and like I don't care who you are. Like I don't care how much money you offer me. Like I'm not getting in the ring with him. Like that's just
dude.
a painful death.
Yeah, legit though. Like it just fucked you up. Oh, did you see they announced a fight for next year between the Mountain from Game of Thrones and fucking Eddie Hall, World's Strongest Man?
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, legit, man.
Surely Eddie Hall takes that, right? Like you're an actor. I don't know actually. Like he was.
No, because like Thor's a fucking strong man too. They're both fucking big boys. I'm interested, man. I know the Mountain's got some serious fucking height advantage, man. But I'm fucking keen because I know Eddie Hall's a fiery motherfucker. So
yeah. So that's just gonna be like one of the great fights. When's that scheduled?
Oh, it's not scheduled until like I don't know, like fucking September, October next year. Yeah, it's in Vegas, dude. I shared the shit like on my page, dude. Like I was just like. On the poster, it was like the heaviest fight ever.
Oh,
because they're both coming in like just under 200. I think like 180, 190 kilos.
They're gonna have to like double wire that fence. Like that's and like reinforce. They're gonna have to get proper steel for that bitch. That's gonna be a real rough time.
I reckon honestly though, like it'd be so hard to keep the fucking cardio up, man. Because I did like boxing for a little while, and that shit all just fucked me up, man. Like I just don't know how you do it being that big, trying to keep the cardio going.
Oh no doubt. Like I tried to do boxing, but only for like for fitness at first. But then I got into it, and like just like the pure like I guess that's where like the mental side first came in because I just got like fucked up in boxing to start off with, and it was all because I just let him get in my head, and it was. I feel like you had to take it a bit like personal, but like in the end, I wasn't Jordan, so like taking it personally just did nothing besides anger and revenge. Bro.
Yeah, look at you. You're like saying you don't know shit about comedy, dude. That's like you didn't know about putting the funny shit at the end, dude. That's like fucking straight up. That's like a callback there. You just got all the fucking comedy terms going.
Luckily, I've been studying up a bit because like the callback is what I live for. I love that. I love that shit. The loop, you know. You just look back and you get good.
I think that one of the best callbacks I've ever seen in the Canberra scene was a comedian called Frankie McNear. She's in Melbourne now at the moment, but she did a really good set. She usually comes back for the comedy festivals and shit. So like, yeah, if you ever see her out and about, man, fucking mad callbacks.
Yeah, no, I love to pick the brains of like all the comedians here, like because it's just like I'm still new to this, so I'm still trying to learn and like just like understanding how like you can construct a joke just from like nothing is just like it's godly to me. I can't believe it, like.
Yeah, dude. Well, like I just talk shit, man, and sometimes it fucking works.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, there's some fucking good comedians. Like Kai's one of my mentors in the scene. And so is Bill Macon. And then you got like even new guys, man. Like Ross Yeoman hasn't been doing it for long, and he's fucking good, man. Sometimes it's hard to get on a good setup. It's like, man, like I was saying, all the fucking rad comedians in the scene, it takes time to like get good at writing shit and like working out. That's why we go to open mics and fucking like work on stuff, because it's not all going. It's like I say, man. Like they can't all be fucking gems.
Yeah.
That's how it works, man. Sometimes I'll go up and I'll try something for the first time and it fucking goes well, and I'm like, holy shit, that went pretty good, man. And then sometimes you're just like, fuck. Like I get stubborn sometimes. If something doesn't work, I'll just keep trying it. Although like it doesn't work, I just keep fucking doing it. And then one day you'll just find the right way to fucking tell it, and it just works.
Yeah, I love hearing that, because that's the thing, you know, like I'm still working on that POV blockers joke, but it's like yeah, like you just got to find the right word.
Yeah, man, it's like sometimes it's hard to sell a joke if it's, you know, got someone rubbed the wrong way or whatever. But eventually, man, like you can make stuff work, and fuck it. Like if you think of it and you think it's funny, bring everybody around to seeing it how you see it and realizing it's just a joke, and fucking like how to make light of it and shit. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And I find that's like the best way taken when you first like make a joke about yourself. Like, it's always an easy the way out, but if you can make an intelligent joke about you, your heritage, and like I don't know, like a current situation in the one, it's like you're pure gold then. And
yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's such an art that I can't get around yet.
Oh man, it takes fucking time, dude. Like I honestly think that like anyone that gives it a shot and keeps coming back, man, fucking deserves to get good things if they keep working at it. Fucking keep going.
Exactly, that's it. I've been trying to just like do some skits at the moment. It's just really rough. It's like, I don't know, with this pandemic, but even with the pandemic, there's a lot of like, I was going to do a fight actually last week at KFC because I wasn't standing on my little spot. And, like, the best part was, like, I was losing this argument. This old guy was like, get back, you know, like, you're going to make us all sick, this and that. And, like, I was like, oh, shit, I'm sorry. And he's like, get back, boy. And then as soon as he says boy, it's, like, racist. Like, I'm like, just call me boy. Then everyone make that little turn, like, ooh. And, like, it's the best to think, like, people, like, ooh, you fucked up. Like, and, like.
There was this fucking.
Doesn't matter what we were saying before.
Well,
sorry,
like,
what were you saying?
So I remember this thing from TV like years ago. There's this TV host. His name's Bert Newton, and so he's there and he's doing like a TV thing, and Bert Newton goes, "Oh, I like the boy," meaning he just likes him as a guy, right? But he said boy, and then he's trying to move into the next bit. Just goes like, "Did you say boy or Roy?" And fucking Bert Newton's like fucking like scared as fuck, dude, because he's like, this is like some like fucking mad ass boxer, dude, right?
Yeah, that will just like one clean like take his jaw off.
Yeah, it's just like dealing with this fucking heavyweight boxer, and he looked actually pretty chilled about it. Like he was just like I think he knew the intention of it. He was just. Like, it was pretty funny. Yeah, but anyone should look up that scene, man. It's like, it's just funny to see, like, Bert Newton's fucking response to that. Yeah, so...
Good way of handling it, too, because it's still a funny way, but it's like I don't know. It's like a yo.
Yeah, he just, like, pulled him up. But yeah, man, it was like, what did I see the other day talking about like heavyweight boxing and shit, back to like the Eddie Hall stuff and Thor. But I watched a documentary called Dogfight.
Yeah, right. I saw a little bit of that on, like, I saw the trailer for that.
Yeah, dude, it's got got Kimbo Slice on it.
Yeah,
it's fucking gnarly, man. Like, it's mostly about this guy called Dota 5000, which came from like street fighting and shit, and went into MMA. But yeah, it's fucking good, man. I have to rewatch it again, I think, just so I can pick up on any bits, man. But I fucking love Kimbo Slice. It's like he died a few years ago, and it didn't really get much attention because he died around the same time as Muhammad Ali, so it didn't really like, it kind of overshadowed it.
Yeah, it was a real shame, like, because he was great, like a great fighter.
I seen a UFC, like, behind the scenes UFC thing where they had Kimbo on there.
Yeah.
And they're trying to show him how to do like groundwork and shit, and he's like picking it up super quick, and they're just like, holy fuck, this dude's learning fucking quickly, dog.
Isn't that like so scary? Like when you just see someone that like is already at like a really high performance of their game, just learning something else really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, Kimbo Slice got into the UFC late. Like, he started that stuff from his backyard, and then like first of all, like the black people, it's like you'll never get to the UFC. Like, if you could beat anyone half as new as that guy, if you could just win a backyard fight, you feel like Kimbo Slice. You know, yeah. And it's just like the best feeling, and like, well, that's just with anyone. Like, that doesn't matter what color, race. Like, everyone knows Kimbo Slice is back. And like, if I ran into that guy on the street, and he was like, "What's up with you?" I would just start dropping things until he started picking up things that he liked. I was like, "What are you?" Shit, don't punch me, please. Like,
Oh fuck yeah, that's full on, dude. Like it was a fucking good little doco, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get some plugs underway.
Thank you for having me for one, first of all, because I really appreciate that, Marky.
Oh,
thank
brother.
you for having me back, bro.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Thanks for dropping into the show. Like the format I've been doing at the moment is I've been having like local comedians on, and then like the last few shows I've just had I've had 2 shows so far with some of my mates on the show as well.
Jackie Taylor,
yeah,
that was a great one.
Yeah, really dude. Yeah, the zombie one, man. He's fucking good.
Yeah,
man. He's a good dude, man. Like you probably heard in the episode, man. I've fucking known him for years, and I'd like to do more stuff with him. I've got like a couple segments that I'm thinking of working on him with. Like I was saying in the episode, we got like that gaming stuff as well.
Yeah, I was hearing too.
Yeah, but yeah, anyway, man, fucking thanks for being on the show and having a mad conversation. And
well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and getting for a couple of the new What Would You Rathers, giving us a mad spin on them.
Yeah, like that. I don't know how I feel about those answers now, but I'm gonna stick with them. Man of my word.
And that's why I got you on, man, because I fucking I know you're a man of your fucking word.
Oh god.
Oh, man. All right, but yeah, you mentioned before you have like Instagram that you use for your comedy as well. What's that?
Yeah, Instagram, just the Blackjack Comedy. And that's just over on Instagram. It's just started up, so like, don't forget if you haven't seen anything yet. I'm gonna start uploading videos regularly, where it's just like maybe once a week or once a month. But yeah, thank you for having me, man. And like, we gotta do this again for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm keen. I always like to get people back after they've been on. You know, now everyone knows a little bit more about you. We'll be able to get you back and do some more. We'll wrap it up now, man. Thanks for being on the show, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, I'll catch you later, Marky. Thank you for having me.
Cheers.